Hello subscribers, thanks for watching this video, and today we are here for discussing on the recent budget updates 2024 with respect to changes in the new tax regime and calculation of income tax for different gross incomes. Like here you can able to understand which tax regime can be chosen, either old tax regime or new tax regime, and pictorial representation for your better explanation. And as per my intro video, I am Santosh Kumar Kaliselvan, and I would be engaging you in the upcoming slides. And yeah, we can move on. And yeah, please subscribe to Taramangalam Santosh Kumar for more videos on trainings on professionals and students for their better career path. And yeah, now I am having the slide contents with respect to what are the recent budget 2024 updates on the new tax regime only. And here this is a new tax regime until 31st of March 2024. And we can see the tax slab that is from 0 to 3 lakhs it is 0%, and 3 to 6 lakhs it is 5%, and from 6 to 9 lakhs it is 10%, and from 9 to 12 lakhs it is 15%, and from 12 to 15 lakhs it is 20%, and from above 15 lakhs 30%. So I would make better understand for the subscribers, the changes from the 1st of April 2024 on the new tax regime. The first taxable slab remains unchanged, and last to 12 to 15 lakhs and above 15 lakhs remains unchanged. The only tax slab, from 6 lakhs it has been increased to 7 lakhs, and subsequently from this 6 to 9 lakhs has been changed to 7 to 10 lakhs, and from 9 to 12 lakhs it has been changed to 10 to 12 lakhs. Only these three tax slabs has been changed, but the tax percentage remains unchanged. 5% means 5%, 10% means 10%, and 15% means 15%. And also there is a government has with a welcoming message that the standard deduction has been increased from 50,000 to 75,000. This is a welcoming message. Now, I would engage you on deriving the income tax for different costs incomes. I have taken a 4 simulations where you can better understand which tax regime can be chosen, either a old tax regime or new tax regime. So now, before we go for the calculation, I want subscribers to understand, these are the deduction components, and for the subscribers better understanding, the new tax regime considers only the standard deduction, and rest of the remain below deduction components, say professional tax or ETC or ETD or self or ETD parents or section 24 interest on housing loan or HRA. The new, it is not applicable for new tax regime, only it is applicable for old. All these tax deduction components is applicable only for old. So please keep this in my mind when I am explaining this message, so that you are not getting confused. So I will engage you. So now, for the old tax regime, 50,000 is the standard deduction components, and for the old tax regime, professional tax of 2,400 rupees, that is per month in your payslip, you can see 200 rupees is deducted. So 200 rupees into 12, that is 2,400. And for ATC, LIC, PF, principal repayment, mutual funds, national savings scheme, Suganya Samriddhi of 1,50,000 is can be considered as the maximum limit. And for the ATD, self, we can medical insurance, that is for self and dependents is self, spouse, and children's. 25,000 rupees can be shown as a deduction component, whereas for the health checkup only 5,000 rupees can be chosen or declared. And for the ATD parental, these are applicable for the parental policies, lesser than 60 years means only 25,000 can be considered, and more than 60 years means 50,000 can be considered. This is under the umbrella of non-senior citizen and senior citizen category. And for this interest on housing loan, 2 lakhs can be chosen for the or declared as part of old tax regime. And for the HRA, until rupees 1 lakh per annum, no need landlord PAN number, and more than 1 lakh per annum, it is landlord PAN number is required. So whichever I explained you, that is for the declaring under old tax regime. And for the new tax regime, as I reminded you before, only 75,000 rupees can be considered as a standard deduction. So now I will simulate you on how to derive an income tax for 10 lakhs gross salary. So before we go for the simulation, now we can see that in the gross salary, you have to open your pay slip and see that the gross salary is the cluster of 4 components, that is basic salary plus special or dearness allowance, HRA and variable perks. If you have an annual, you can declare it as it is, or if you have only a monthly, you have to multiply by 12 on each below 4 components. So with that, you have to key in into the gross salary. Now I will explain you. Before we go for the simulation, now I want to the subscribers to pay attention. Like as I explained you, only new tax regime we can only declare 75,000. For old tax regime only we can able to declare the below deduction components. And I have taken for ideal condition, 3,57,400 can be considered as a deduction component. This is the ideal condition which I have considered. 3,57,400. I would remind the subscribers once again that it is a addition of 2,400 professional tax, ATC 1,50,000 and ATD worth of 5,000, and ATD parents I have not considered anything. And for section 24, I have considered 2 lakhs, and HRA I have considered nothing. So this is only for the old tax regime deduction ideal condition I have considered. So now let me show you. I have done a simulation for a 10 lakhs with this ideal tax deduction of 3,57,400. I see that on overview, we can see that yeah, benefit, there is no benefit derived if we are declaring a deduction of 3,57,400. And now I will explain you how it is calculated. So now before we go for this, and I will show you, this is the Excel sheet which I follow you, and I will try to post in the below comments if this Excel sheet can be posted. So now I am posting you now in this Excel sheet. Maybe I will zoom it for your better visual appearance, so that you can calculate on your own. So 10 lakhs is the double 10 1 2 3 4 5 6 zeros. So 10 lakhs is sorry, so we have to key in under the gross salary. So 10 lakhs 6 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 6 is the gross salary, and the standard deduction for old tax regime is 50,000 and standard deduction for the new tax regime is 75,000. As I explained you, I have considered the ideal standard deduction of 3,57,400. So now now I will engage you how to calculate the old tax regime. Now the old tax regime in the is the tax before we enter into this below tax slabs. You have to have the taxable income. What is taxable income? Taxable income is nothing but gross salary minus standard deduction of old tax regime, that is 50,000, and the sum of or the remaining deduction components. So you have to put these numbers. So now we can see here C3 minus C5. I will do a addition of professional tax plus ETC plus ATD plus 2 lakhs. So now this is the sum of so 10 lakhs minus 50,000 minus 3,57,400 gives you 5,92,600. So this is the taxable income. So now this we have to 5,92,600 we have to break up in the below tax slabs. Now in the 5,92,600. Now we have to split this taxable incomes. Now, like I will explain you so that you can understand. From 0 to 2.5 lakhs, you have to put 2,50,000, and so 5,92,600 minus 2,50,000 is 3,42,600. So we cannot before I explain you to the next lakhs lab, you have to understand 0 to 2.5 lakhs means 2.5 lakhs only you can update. 2.5 to 5 lakhs means you can update only 2.5 lakhs. So that means we have calculated until 5 lakhs. So we have still 92,600. So what we have to do is 5,92,000 minus 600 minus 2,50,000 minus 2,50,000 gives you 92,600. Now you rest of the things is zero, because like you don't have more than 5,92,600 to calculate. So that is the reason we are calculating this way. So 32, so now you can see it is a multiply of 2,50,000 into 0% is 0, and 2,50,000 into 55% is 12,500, and 92,600 into 20% is 18,520, is the addition of 31,002 is the addition of all the taxable derivatives. So and government posts 4% education cess on the tax derivatives. So 4 percentage of 31,020 is 1,240, and the total taxable under the old tax regime is 32,260.80. Okay, subscribers. Now, like what we can do is to calculate for the new tax regime. New tax regime is very simple. Like as I told you, only the gross salary minus the standard deduction for the new tax regime, that is 75,000. You have get a derivative of 10 lakhs minus 75,000 is 9,25,000. Now we have to fit into this below taxable slabs. So now first 0 to 3 lakhs we have to 3 lakhs minus 0 lakhs is 3 lakhs. So now 3 lakhs to 7 lakhs is nothing but 4 lakhs. So still we have a band for 9,25,000. Still we have a bandwidth. So now from 7 to 10 lakhs we can put only 3 lakhs. So we will see whether we can fit this 3 lakhs here. So yeah, so 3 lakh, since 2,25,000 within the taxable range of 3 lakhs, so 2,25,000 can be mentioned. I will explain you once again. 10 minus 7 is 3 lakhs. So beyond 3 lakhs we cannot key in. So 2,25,000 is within the 3 lakhs. So I put within this taxable income. So rest of the things is zeros, and you get, as I explained you, like we have got the 42,500 for the multiplication of 3 lakhs into 0% and 4 lakhs into 5% and 2,25,000 into 10%. We get this 42,500, and 4% of tax on the tax derivative, you get 44,200. So here we see the with this ideal condition, with more deductions in place, as I explained, around 3,57,400 for a 10 lakh slab, with the standard deduction of old tax regime and new tax regime. We see old tax regime is very beneficial, and new tax regime is 44,200, and which is on the higher side. So we should not opt new tax regime when we have a higher deduction components. And in practical, even a 10 lakh salary, I suppose like you cannot be able to pay around 3,57,400 as an investment. So like this is a worst case scenario which we can consider. So I hope this explanation was help on for deriving a 10 lakh slab for with a tax deduction of 3,57,400. So now I will explain you. Now I have taken same 10 lakhs, and where I see that I have reduced 3,57,400 to only 1 lakh by 1.5 lakhs. Let's and I have included 1.5 lakhs plus HRA around some 1 lakhs short of 4,000. So almost to 2.5 lakhs only I have considered here. Let's see. I have reduced from 3.5. I have reduced the deductions to 2.5. Let's simulate how it is beneficial to us. So I go to the same Excel sheet. So 10 lakhs and 50,000, 75,000 and 2,400 professional tax, and yeah. So ETC, like I am putting 1,50,000, and this I am making as 0, and section 24 housing rent, interest on housing loan, I'm putting 0, and I'm putting this 99,996. as a rental allow rent HRA under rent. So I am showing you, like I am showing you around instead of 3.5 lakhs, I am choosing only 2.5 lakhs. Let's simulate and see how it is benefit to us for that same 10 lakhs gross income. So now I am putting you this breakup as I explained you. 0 to this 7 for old tax regime. This is a minus of 10 lakhs minus standard deduction of old tax regime, and rest of the deduction components. So including, now we have to consider including HRA and even ATT also, yeah, including ATT, yeah. So we see that 10 lakhs minus this 50,000, 10 lakhs minus 50,000 minus 2,400 minus 1,50,000 minus 99,000 gives you 66 lakh 90,000 97,604. Now we can see 0 to 2.5 lakhs. This 6 lakh 97 6 lakh 97 6 lakhs 97,604 can be break up into 2.5 lakhs, 2.5 lakh, and 2.5 lakhs. Now it is still within the 2.5 lakhs, so totally 6 lakh 97,604 is updated here. So we can see here a tax benefit of around sorry, old tax regime shows 54,101.63, whereas new tax regime shows 44,200. You can see here almost 9,900 and around 10,000 is benefit is getting when we choose new tax regime. When we, since I have reduced simulated this 10 lakhs with lesser deduction, means 3.5 lakhs to 2.5 lakhs, we see that new tax regime is beneficial. So you have to update the deductions accordingly as per your investments for your 10 lakhs lab in, and see which old tax regime is or new tax regime is benefited. So now, like I go for 115 lakhs gross salary. Like as I said, you have to key in this 15 lakhs based on your gross salary key components. And now, like I have kept the same deduction conditions for 15 lakhs. And now, like we can see that when I simulate 15 lakhs and with the say ideal condition of 3 lakh 57,400 deduction ideal condition, we see that almost 15,891 rupees benefit is derived. So I will simulate you and how to get calculate for 15 lakhs. So now I see that 15 lakhs followed by 5 zeros, 15 yeah, 5 zeros, and the standard deduction remains unchanged, and the new tax regime and remains unchanged, and the proportional interchange tax remains unchanged, and the ATC is 1.5 lakhs, and the ATD is 5,000 rupees, and HRA I am putting as 0 since I am not considering in my idle condition, and section 24 interest on housing loan I am putting as the maximum limit of 2 lakhs. So now we are able to derive the old tax regime for 15 lakhs slab with deduction amount of idle deduction amount of 3,57,400. So now, like I see that old tax regime, like we can see now, since it is a bandwidth of 2.5 lakhs. Oh, before we go for 2.5 lakhs, now this is the taxable income 15 lakhs minus deduction of 3 lakh 50,000 minus 3 lakh 57,400 gives you 10 lakh 92,600. And now we have to split in this bandwidth of 10 lakh 92,600, 2.5 plus 2.5 plus sin 2.5. So we have already filled for 7.5 lakhs, and we are left over with another 2.5, and we can put the balance amount in the 10 to 12.5 lakhs. You can also cross check. See, when this 10 lakh 92,600 is there, then it is fitting. You can see that excess amount is now booked between 10 to 12.5 lakhs. So this is a or cross check you can see when you are simulating this Excel sheet. So when you see here, like you can see that almost 1,45,891.20 taxable amount is derived. Let's see from the new tax regime. So the new tax regime, like since it is 15 lakhs minus 75,000, so you get a taxable income of 14 lakh 25,000. Now we have to fit into this 14 lakhs 5,000. So three bandwidth of 0 to 3 lakhs is 3 lakhs, and 3 to 7 lakhs is 4 lakhs, and 7 to 10 lakhs is 3 lakhs, and 10 to 12 lakhs is now like already we filled it for 10 lakhs. Now then we can put it only for 2 lakhs, and the remaining amount of 3 lakhs minus 4,000 minus 3,000 minus 2,000 gives you this 2 lakh 25,000. That means like you can cross check that this 14 lakh 25,000 is within the 12 to 15 lakhs taxable income. So this is you can see that we are derivating of 1 lakh 30,000 when compared for the new tax regime, and we are seeing that when compared to old tax regime, new tax regime is beneficial, and with around 15,891 rupees annually you get as a benefit. So this is for the 15 lakhs, and let me go for the simulation of 20 lakhs. So 10 lakhs, like I've kept the same simulation test use case, and now like let me see that what is the result published or for a 20 lakhs, and for the same idle condition of 3 lakh 50,000, 3.5 lakhs, 3 lakh 57,000. So we get a benefit of old tax regime. When compared to old tax regime, new tax regime is found to be better, and around 23,691 rupees is benefited. So now like let me show you how to calculate for 20 lakhs. So I am simulating for 20 lakhs. So 20 lakhs, so 50,000 for standard deduction for old tax regime, and standard deduction for new tax regime 75,000, and rest 3 lakh 27,400 was kept idle. Now like this 15 lakhs 92,060 taxable income, that is 20 lakhs minus 50,000 minus all the deduction components for old tax regime. So now 0 to 2.5 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs. Since it is in the bandwidth of 2.5 lakh, this 15 lakh 90,000 has to fit into above 15 lakhs. So you have to break up this. So 12.5 minus 10 lakhs is 2.5 lakhs, and 15 lakhs minus 12.5 lakhs is 2 lakhs. So we have filled around the 15 lakhs. So we are left over with 92,600. So now I am this is a cross check which you can see for the calculation. So you can see around 3 lakhs is the taxable income. You are obliged to pay 3 lakhs when you choose for old tax regime for 20 lakhs, and with deduction idle deduction condition of 3 lakh 27,400. And for the new tax regime, now like since you are no very well now able to derive 20 lakhs minus 75,000 is 19 lakh 25,000, and now like this is the you have to fit this 19 lakh until above 15 lakhs. So 0 to 3 lakhs is 3 lakhs, 3 to 7 lakhs is 4 lakhs, and 7 to 10 lakhs is 3 lakhs, and 10 to 12 lakhs is 2 lakhs, and 12 to 15 lakhs is 3 lakhs. So now like you can see here like the remaining component has to kept between above 15 lakhs. So you can see here almost 2 lakh 70,200 is derived when compared to the old new tax regime, when compared to old tax regime of 3 lakhs 1,891. So we see that almost 23,000 is benefited when you choose for new tax regime. So this is the three different tax or I should say the four different use case for simulating the income tax based on your investments or the savings plan. So let me go for the summary of the pictorial representation which we have just watched, and now you can see here for a 10 lakhs gross salary, I have simulated one is with 3.5 lakhs deduction, and another is for 2.5 lakhs deductions. With 3.5 lakhs standard deduction, we see that it is not benefit to go for new tax regime. And for 2.5 lakhs standard deductions components, that is less deduction when compared to first use case, then we are getting a 10,400 rupees benefit. And for 15 lakhs with 3.5 lakhs deduction component, then we see that new tax regime is beneficial, and which means like 15,000 we are getting benefit. and same 3.5 lakhs with the deduction components. Like for 20 lakhs we see that 23,691.20 rupees is benefited. So with this, this is a pictorial representation, and you can see here on for 10 lakhs with the more deduction, and 10 lakhs with the less deduction, and 15 lakhs and 20 lakhs. Like we can see here in the 10 lakhs, with it is not advisable to go for the new tax regime, and it is the orange color indicates old tax regime, and gray color indicates new tax regime, and this is the savings benefit. And for the less deduction, as I explained you, it is preferred to go for new tax regime, and 15 lakhs it is preferred to go for the new tax regime, since you are getting a yield of 15,891. And for 20 lakhs you can it is advised to go for new tax regime for 23,691.20 rupees. So now, like, this is a conclusion, subscribers. Like these are deductions are whichever I mentioned, 3,27,400 is ideal deduction criteria are purely based on the individual savings plan, and the subscribers you have to calculate accordingly. So subscribers to start planning for new tax regime 2024, as government of India is preparing to set default tax regime as new tax regime only. So please prepare for opting for new tax regime, as the government has this strategy or vision to move forward to new tax regime. So with this, thank you subscribers, and have a great coming years, and please share this contents to your networks and community, and kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel Tharamon Santosh Kumar, and I hope this contents was very helpful for your tax derivation.